Wow, it's truly an honor and a privilege to be back here. And I have to admit, I was a bit nervous coming back here tonight. It's been so long. But as I see the hope in everybody's eyes and the excitement in the room, I recognize that the future is bright and that you all, the graduates, are the future. So please give yourself a big round of applause. And please help me in giving a big round of applause for your wonderful principal, Dr. Griffin, for all the wonderful work she's done today. And then I would be remiss if I didn't give a big heartfelt round of applause to this lady who has been by my side since I first came to CMA 10 years ago, Miss Todd. So please give her a big round. As some of you know, I graduated from CMA 10 years ago, and honestly, so much has changed. Wonderful teachers have came and gone, wonderful buildings and opportunities have emerged, and also I think the most important change is that I'm no longer running around testing the patience of the teachers and having Ms. Tao worry about who I've angered that day. So some may say that change is good. Others may say that change isn't just good, that it's necessary. And as a child of immigrant parents, change has been at the very foundation of what I came to understand and know in my upbringing. You know, my parents left the villages of Uganda to come to this country for an opportunity to change the course of their destiny. And from a young age, it taught my sister and myself a very simple but profound truth. That change isn't static. That it comes from change, it's dynamic, you have to work at it every day, and you have to constantly pursue that, because who you are today is not the best of who you can become. And so since I left CMA 10 years ago, I've been on that journey. And I would like to share some of those points with you all today in 3 short points. And the first point I would like to share is about purpose. And purpose is something that's very challenging to understand. And I honestly don't expect you to understand that today, tomorrow, next month, next year, or even in the next 4 years. But it's something that will reveal itself to you as you continue on amongst your journeys. And I know I'm only 28, but I'm speaking as if I'm 88 and lived this long life. But these short 10 years have really revealed a lot to me about who I am, what I'm supposed to be doing, and why I'm supposed to be doing what I'm doing. And so honestly, 10 years ago, I sat in your very seats. I was nervous, scared, and anxious. And to be fair, I couldn't tell you who the senior speaker was, what they were wearing, or what they even talked about. Because honestly, my mind was just elsewhere because I was trying to figure out what I was going to do with my life. And back then, I felt like I was the cool kid, right? Like I looked good, I smelled good, I was an athlete, so I had a swag about me. Like I was walking around, I owned the place, honestly. But I knew there was more to me than what I was in that very moment. Questions lingering about, how do I serve my community? Do I serve as an athlete? Do I serve as a physician because I went to CMA? Do I serve here in the United States because I grew up here? Or do I go back home to Uganda and serve? Or do I serve in both locations, as both professionals? And so what I'm encouraging you all today, for what I did back then, was that I lived my life with curiosity. I went to college. I played sports. I volunteered. Some places I only volunteered at once. Other places I could not stop returning to. I listened to as much information as I could. And I observed as much as I could, and I tried to absorb as much information as possible, because I understood that that information that I gathered will give me the foundation to make an educated decision about who I am and what I ultimately wanted to do. So my friends, tonight I'm challenging you and asking you, live your life with curiosity. Go ask questions. Did I say something wrong? Can y'all hear me?
Yes.
Thank you. Who I was and what I wanted to do. And so you all need to live your life with curiosity, because your purpose will only get revealed to yourselves if you explore the unknown. Because in order to understand the greatness that is within you, you have to venture beyond the known to go to the unknown. And as we discuss purpose, we have to discuss risk. Not reckless or uncalculated, but risk that brings you wisdom if you fall short, and risk that brings you success if you do well. And for me, one of the biggest risks that I took was that I left home at 18. And before I continue, I'm not encouraging anybody to do this, because I don't want parents or administrators looking for me in the parking lot and texting me, or Ms. Todd giving me a lecture tomorrow about being responsible for my words.
But for me, the biggest risk that I took was I did not apply to any in-state colleges. And I wanted to challenge myself to swim to the top, to discover the unknown, to hear new things, have new experiences, and really see who I was and what I was meant to do. Was it worth it? Yes.
Did it come with bruises? Absolutely. But I would make the same choice again, because who I am today would never have manifested if I did not take that risk. But my friends, I have to tell you, there were nights of struggle, of crying in an empty dorm room, of being on a college campus and having to survive on $5 a day for the next 4 days because I only had $20 in my bank account and the cafeteria was closed. Longing for love from loved ones, and wishing the world would swallow me whole. Yet amidst that chaos, I found something extraordinary. Friends that turned into family, mentors that became like parents, and a deep resilience and understanding of my faith, my purpose, my ambitions, and my goals. And I understood that I had to take that risk to uncover who I was truly meant to be. So my friends, tonight, I'm urging you, take that risk on yourself. And don't do it because some guy standing on a podium telling you to. And don't do it because your parents are telling you to. Do that because you believe there's a better version of yourself waiting to emerge from the shadows. So I challenge you, send that email to somebody you admire. Make that phone call that you've been putting off. Learn that new skill, volunteer for that cause that stirs up something deep within you, take that cooking class, and start that business that you always wanted to start. If you go to college and you pick your major and you don't like the classes, then change your major. And if you go into work and you don't like your career, then you change your career. And this new career that you choose, if you don't like that one, change it again. But the excellence within you, the greatness that is within you, demands that you take that risk. Because you will never know what's within you if you never go searching for it. And so the last point I would like to make is that about community. And understand that this journey that you're on cannot be taken alone. That for me, George Buchanan, I would not be here if it wasn't for my parents and my sister, for my cousins, my mentors, my friends, and everybody in the hallways that I meet at wherever I go, that whispered to me and wished me good luck and encouraged me to move on. And say, good job, young man, and root towards you. These are the very people that challenge me to grow, that encourage me, that lift me high when I'm down, and see greatness within me, even when I don't see it in myself. So please, my friends, challenge yourselves to be that community that you want to receive. Because the energy that you put out there is the same energy that you will receive back. And our journeys are bound by that shared commitment to community. And as we aim for those higher ideals, bound by that shared commitment of purpose, risk, and community, please understand that every bold step you take, we started in uncertainty, but will be fueled by hope. Because somewhere in the world today, there's a young man sitting in an auditorium, nervous, scared, and anxious, asking himself, how did I manage to graduate high school? How did I manage to navigate the countless exams and quizzes? How did I manage to navigate having to work a job and maintain my grades? But as he sits there and listens to some random man ramble on about purpose, risk, and community, and whatever else he's talking about, he sits up and he smiles. And he recognizes that he is able and that he is capable. And that he had to take that chance on himself. He had to feel the weight of all those years of that purpose of his to be able to understand who he was and what he was meant to do. Because somewhere in the world today, there's a young woman in her college dorm room, nervous, scared, and anxious, asking herself, how did I manage to graduate college? How did she manage to navigate the countless exams and quizzes? How did she manage getting lost during orientation, walking in the wrong lecture hall, and embarking on this unique journey of higher education as a first-generation college student? But as she sits in her college dorm room and looks at her medical school setting, she recognizes something, that the path of the exception is that of exception. That in order for her to understand who she was, she had to take that risk. She had to go searching for her purpose, bound by that commitment to community in order to be who she was born to be. Because somewhere in the world today, there's a 28-year-old standing on a podium, nervous, scared, and anxious, asking himself, 10 years after graduating high school, were the lonely nights and the tears worth it? Is he dreaming too big?
inspiring the next generation of leaders. But as he stands there and rambles on about who knows what, he recognizes something. He understands that in his silence, he found wisdom. His very tears that he cried watered the path that he forged for others. He understood that his dreams that are so audacious and so daunting make him worthy of achieving them and inspiring the next generation of leaders, not despite the challenges, but because of them. Because he hoped that through his words, through his example, through his vision, and through his life, that someone out there may be bold enough to rise, find the courage to persevere, and find the vision to illuminate a path for generations yet to come. My friends, let us tonight all follow their example. And let us be bold enough to not see the world as it is, but as it ought to be. And through that, let us build a world that reflects the potential and the promise that is in each and every one of you. Thank you so much.